Afternoon here with the Past Players Day, so a big crowd around Ricky O'Toole at quarter time in his address. Richard Corrigan, as said, is coaching from outside the boundary line today, so the boys went over to him to have a bit of a chat. We saw that earlier in the season here at Shoal Reserve with Ricky, didn't we,
yes.
Eric?
And interesting, Laurie, I noticed Justin Tate playing on the same side of the ground for the first two quarters.
Yes, it's interesting at the moment. They've got the two number fives on one another.
He's a left-footer too, so you'd think he might swap wings, wouldn't you, and play on the other side?
Well, I saw Ricky point in his address to this side of the ground, so we'll just see what happens whether they follow instructions.
Start the second term, Walker and King. Walker favours him in the middle. O'Toole, that's Ricky, gets it towards Johnny Cousins, who's ripped off the football. Great tackle, holding the ball, said the umpire, and it will be Ewan Handley with the free kick for Bellpost Hill in the middle of the ground. So he'll be on the defensive side of the centre square. Got a lead on from Moranovic. He elects to go... Well, he's going to go short.
He's going to go short.
He's going to go short. Now he's going to go wide, and it's okay. Finds Lucas King, the big man, who sticks his hands up and takes the mark on the outer side centre wing position. So he plays on. Nobody's standing the mark, so he gains 10 metres, goes with a high kick though, doesn't really gain much for his forwards. In front, Barry O'Toole off hands to the back of the pack is Gundry, handball. Backwards to Shea Walker, the big man shows all the skills on the left foot wide. Oh, King goes up, that was Matthew, can't take the mark, off hands, still pretty close to the boundary line. The umpire has found
free kick.
Free kick. Was that a throw, did he say?
Perhaps that's the free kick of the day, or the week.
Well, Kazina's got it. He's on the half-forward flank, right on the boundary line. Gelpin gives him half a lead, so does Troy Feldman. Stuart Dyer down there also. He doesn't know where to go to, holding the ball up. He's got Bartolo short. He elects though to just put it up in towards the attacking zone, but Barry O'Toole chops it off as easy as like. Gives it away to cousin Ricky. He goes to the right boot. The Rolls Royce gets it out wide towards Justin Tate. They're attacking this side. Tate's taking the mark. He's got Kel Keating running past. He handballs it for him. Backley makes up some ground, but Keating shows his speed and goes towards Charles, who does well. Tate follows on. He holds it up, the lead on from Phil Boyle. He's got an open goal square. He goes in that direction now. Now getting back there, Bolchevik goes up, tapped away. And Lee Clifford shows his skills and kicks his second goal and the first for the second term for Corio. They go to 8-4-52. They lead Bellpost Hill 4-4-28. That's on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 2 minutes played.
Straight out of the manual.
Well, actually, I watched Lee Clifford, Eric. I watched him run around there because every time the ball goes in the Corio's forward line, I'm always interested to see where he is. And I thought, well, there's no way he's not even in this. He's like a horse coming from 3 mile back. He's slot right behind the pack and where it goes. He must have a good football brain.
Quarter time GDFL. Anarchy 4-2, Trail Thompson 5-2. East Geelong 4 goals, Trail North Geelong 5-5.
The scores through so far at quarter time in the GDFL. Back in the middle here at Shoal Reserve. Walker gets it down. Bartolo's in there fighting hard for it. On hands and knees, gets a push in the back to the umpire.
So the other umpire gave it the opposite way a moment ago. Gave it holding the ball.
Handballs it away to Handley. Goes to the left boot. Long lead from Sveljak. Lazaric behind. Takes the mark. Plucks it out of the air. Got Tate wide. Handballs it off towards Keating again. He goes wide to Tate. And the big man gets back there. Can't take the mark over his head. And Ewan Handley sees it over the boundary line.
Justin Tate, handy wingman, Laurie, isn't he? About 6'2".
Yes, it certainly is. He's got a little bit. He's got an inch or two on Travail there, I think. Glenn Travail.
Ball thrown in, centre wing. Walker does well. Gets it down to Davey Bigham. Handball over the top, but missed the mark. Picked up there by Rabbis for Bellpost Hill. Over to Feldman. Back to Feldman, centre half forward on 50. Kicks it to the lead at full forward. It's Galpin. Picks the footy up. Hooks it back on the left foot and finds Bow. Oh, another chest mark dropped by Bellpost Hill. Finally, it's picked up by
another one dropped.
Feldman. It was on the left foot. Had a pot shot for goal, and this time it's Sveljak drops the chest mark. So 3 chest marks in a row there, but they finally get it behind. 4-5-29 Bellpost Hill. They trail Corio 8-4-52. Raiders Bingo scoreboard 4 minutes into the second quarter.
Kicking came to Ricky O'Toole at half-back. Fantastic kick to Bigham. Handballs it off to Dabrowski. Reggie loves a goal. Taking a bounce. Inside 50. Goes to the right boot. He celebrates if he kicks it. Oh,
I think he has.
He's kicked the goal. Andrew Dabrowski off the half-back flank has kicked his first. And for Corio, they're 9th. They're going to 9-4-58. They lead Bellpost Hill 4-5-29 on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 4 minutes played.
One of the benefits there, Laurie, of direct football, they got it into the corridor from fullback, and the rest is history.
Well, the thing about was when you're going to be direct, Eric, everyone knows where you're going to go with the footy, and they run in numbers. You can have the numbers there. They could have switched that to anyone they want to kick that goal, and it's always nice when you can run to that back line and put one through the middle. It's what modern day football's all about. We never used to get the opportunity to do that, did we?
No. So back with umpire Beveridge in the middle of the ground. King and Walker doing the ruck work. Up again. King up early. Walker gets the tap down. Only as far though as Handley. Little chip through the pack to Travail. Handball back to Feldman. Feldman gets to 50. Pings it towards full forward. In front there is Keating. Bounce not kind, but he comes back, throws it out to Bigham, Ricky. And Ricky just off one step. Puts it on the right foot. Charles on centre wing. Overruns the football. And umpire has found a free kick to the Belpost Hill player there in Hilton. Tackle too high. So what's he going to do with it? Hasn't got it. Well, he's come around. The umpire calls him to play on. Kicks it to centre half forward. Big pack of players. Comes to ground. Cousins punches over the head. Handley punches it back forward for Belpost Hill. Well, got to be holding the ball surely. Had two opportunities. Tried to elude both tackles, but the umpire doesn't see it that way. And Bartolo gets away with it. It's going to be a ball up on 50. Half forward flank for Belpost Hill. Kicking in the second quarter to the northern end here at Shell Reserve. Ball comes down to ground. Cousins does well. Hooks it back over the shoulder towards centre wing. Clifford pushed by in the back. Not paid. Good work, Walker. Paddles it forward to Bigham. Bigham gets it onto the right foot. Oh, who was that?
Tate.
Kazoon had his back to the footy and Tate picked it up, but he's not kicking the footy that well, Laurie. He didn't make good contact with that. He kept it very, very low. Another yard higher and straight through the goals.
I honestly do think he injured a leg or some sort of an injury there early in the game.
As we speak, Simon Connolly comes back on the ground for Belpost Hill. The ball out of bounds, 15 metres from the behind post, deep in the attacking area. Southern end of Shell Reserve as the boundary umpire. Short throw again. Bigham Davey can't quite make up the ground. Great tackle. Bartolo again doesn't get rid of the footy and given the benefit of the doubt by the umpire. And off hands, it's over the boundary line. So I think the ruckman need to sort of realise this fella's not throwing the ball in too far. Laurie, better throw that time. Tate, beautiful tap down to Cousins. Cousins across the face of goal. And, Phil Boyle, he's dropped a chest mark. Goodness gracious me, I've never seen so many chest marks drop, Laurie. So Belpost Hill through Simmons. They get the ball to the boundary, and a golden opportunity went missing there for Corio as the ball was forced over the boundary lines, 35 metres from the behind post on the Social Club side here of Shell Reserve.
Blimey, if that had been a watermelon, he'd have been splashed, wouldn't he? That was a sitter.
Absolutely. So the ball about to come back into play, half forward flank for Corio. Walker used the body, picked up there by Cousins, back into the corridor, attacking the footy. There was Simmons. It comes to ground. Tate back into the middle, but
good play.
Defensive work for the Belpost Hill side, prepared to concede over behind. So Corio move on to 9-5-59. They lead Belpost Hill 4-5-29. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 8 minutes gone in that second quarter.
It's hard to see, Eric, where Belpost are going to get their goals from. I mean, there's hardly anyone in their 50 zone, and when they go forward, I noticed that Corio fill them in the wall across the back line here. It's going to be very, very difficult to get the ball out of there.
Rowe kicks in, looks at Feldman, Clifford in the middle of the pack.
And
Great
his
mark.
name all over that, all over it.
So Lee Clifford at half forward.
Have a go, Lee.
Told to go long by Barry O'Toole. He does that now. Puts it to the point of the square. Bolchevek up there. Oh, great mark.
Gee, he came out of nowhere as well.
He paid the goal because he's turned around and kicked it. Well, that was a great play by Corio and by John Bolchevek. He kicks his first, and that's a 10th for Corio. They go to 10-5-65. They lead Belpost Hill 4-5-29. That's on the Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 9 minutes play.
Again, good work from Clifford. To the head of the goal square, Laurie, how many times have we said that, or how many times do you hear it said in football?
Yeah, certainly, Eric. It was a great mark too. I mean, it's hard to describe that mark. I mean, he that for a youngster, it was a great mark. He got himself into the middle of the pack there. Lovely sure pair of hands. He's a very, very good player, and Bolsheviks finish it off. It's looking very dangerous for Belpost Hill at the moment.
And at quarter time, Belmont Lions making every effort to get into the finals. 8 goals, 4 to 2 goals at quarter time against West Cricket.
So well in front at winner reserve. Back in the middle here. King gets it down to Feldman, gets it to Travail, had it, lost it at half forward. Handball was great to Troy Feldman on the up, 50 metres out. Open goal square, getting back there. Keating does well. Play on the call. He played the mark, but got it away. It's hit the Belpost Hill player on the back of the head. But anyway, he got it away to Dabrowski at half back. Goes wide, looking for Tate at centre wing. Doesn't bounce for him or Kazina. Bigham, handball, nearly got to Tate. He goes back Tatey to try and bring it with him. In there, aim on Charles. Also Walker. Good pick up by Walker. Handball was good too to Tate, who's got Bigham in support. Gives it to him. They are. He's at half forward. Goes to the top of the square again. Downfield.
Lee Clifford.
And it was Damien Rabbis coming across late on Davey Bigham. And the free kick will come back to Lee Clifford. So he's in everything at the moment, the youngster. Will shoot for goal from 35 metres out. Slight angle.
Having a very good couple of weeks, Laurie, isn't he?
Yes, he looks like he might be in for a good final series, I think, Eric. There's a lot to like about him.
So Lee Clifford, 2 goals on the board already. He comes in.
Oh.
Yeah, give him a rap, Loz. That's the way, and he's kicked it behind.
Just got too close to the man the mark, Laurie, didn't he?
Yeah, because he...
10-6-66 Corio. They lead Belpost Hill 4-5. 29 Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 11 minutes played.
So, Rowe doing the kicking in, has a lead there from Hoare, and Ricky O'Toole just gives him a nudge in the back, but unfortunately the umpire saw it. Why do they not allow the advantage? I can't, mystifies me. Well, Hoare chips it over the top and has found Hilton. He goes wide back to Hoare, who's made good ground. Barry O'Toole arrives late to stand the mark. And Hoare, well, he's gone backwards with the handball to Feldman. Feldman back into the corridor to Travail. And they're just holding possession at the moment. Belpost Hill, though, they've gone wide this time to the outer wing. Ditchburn back into the centre to Hanley. Hanley to Travail, who's running. Handball over the top to Bartolo. Back to Hanley. Hanley there runs to centre half forward. Kicks long to full forward. At the back there was, well, it's a good mark in front. The Belpost Hill, there was 2 Belpost Hill players. I couldn't see the first one. He's gone down the mark.
Kazina, I think it is.
It is Kazina. And all I could see was Lazarick in good position at the back to punch the ball away, but he couldn't reach it because the other Belpost Hill player did well to get in between. I think it might have been Galpin down there. So, well,
when they were going forward there, Eric, I thought you were calling the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long way to get there, but they got there eventually, and they went across the back line, up the wing, back through the middle, and then up again.
Yes, I think Kazina might be get the hands out and start counting.
I think he's done the Sam Newman, hasn't he?
He won't be singing tonight.
well, if he is, he won't be singing with the deep boys.
So not able to take the kick, and Sveljic has got hold of the footy. Tommy loves to kick a goal also. One to his name. He's 20 metres out and has popped it over the goal umpire's head for his second. And Belpost Hill's fifth. 5:35 Belpost Hill. They trail Corio 10-6-66. That's on the Raiders bingo scoreboard. We've been going 13 minutes into the second quarter, and they hurt for a while, Laurie, don't they? Those.
Well, one thing you can be assured of, they usually come good.
Yeah.
in a week or two.
Back in the middle, King and Walker. Walker gets it down, coming off the half-forward flank. Clifford, he's got the ball on a string, goes with a left foot kick around the corner. Great delivery to Davey Bigham. They're doing the double act again, these two. Bigham from 50 goes with the right boot up towards the goal square. Barry O'Toole, look at his name written on it. Took the mark in the goal square and will line up for his first goal of the afternoon.
Poor Mark Hancock might have been used to stepladder a bit there too.
Never was going to go anywhere else, was it?
No, Barry O'Toole.
Well, that was trademark Barry O'Toole, wasn't he? He takes a lot of marks like that, and he needs to kick a few goals. You said earlier, Eric. One of the things he hasn't done, he shared the footy around, but he hasn't got too many against his own name in recent weeks.
Particularly for a fellow who is a goal kicker for Corio.
He's missed that one as well.
That by a mile.
Oh, Jobs.
So, Barry O'Toole, his
Don't
second
send him
behind.
on them a kicking school, yeah.
A bit of work to be done there. 10-7-67 Corio, they lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. That is on the Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 14 and a half minutes played.
Eloise Kazuna looks a little
Proppy.
a wider shade of pale. So coming onto the ground is Faulkner as Dyer brings the footy back in. Nice looking kick to the outer side. Cullen, well, no players touched that, I don't believe, and perhaps a free kick to Corio, and Lee Clifford takes the free kick back inboard to Davey Bigham. Plays on quickly. There's players loose everywhere up forward. Tate in front, can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Pretty ordinary handball, but well, the King can't pick the footy. Magnificent
great
work there from Barry O'Toole. Handball over the top to Ricky O'Toole. He's had a pot shot round the corner from 30, but just off. Oh, good gracious me. There's a few Belpost Hill players out there just cannot believe it.
Don't worry about the Belpost Hill boys. The Corio boys can't believe it.
I think they were looking for their opponents to pick them up for the kick-in, but Ricky O'Toole's been credited with the goal. 11-7-73, Corio. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 15 minutes in, and I wonder what Rich Corrigan's saying about that one.
Barry O'Toole's might have just missed then.
I'd just like to have a look at that footage again of that Barry O'Toole handball. It was pretty neat, wasn't it? I think they've done that at training before.
Back in the middle, Ricky O'Toole's there again. Troy Feldman comes in at pace. Damien Hoare as well, a handball to Bartolo behind him, put him under pressure. Cousins, great tackle. Dabrowski uses the soccer skills, gets in front of Connolly quite easily, who is very proppy on the hamstring. And he has had many worries with his hamstrings, Simon Connolly, and he's coming off. He's no good. He's holding his ribs, actually, and he's no good, so he's coming off the ground. And he looks in a lot of pain as Vid Maranovic comes on. Back in play now with Dabrowski from the ruck contest. Goes to Gundry. He went to Cullen. Back to Reggie. Dabrowski runs through half back. Goes to the right foot. Lead on by Amon Charles. Can't take the mark. Second effort was nearly there. Hilton. Handball over the top to Handley. Had it before he had it and lost it. Handballed it back though to Hilton. Was okay. And now his right foot kick. Well, came off the side of the boot. Wasn't supposed to go to Mark Hancock, but it did in the end. It went to Maranovic. And he goes outboard. Handball was away to Ditchburn, running through. Was going to kick it. Now he does. The lead on from Galpin. Behind though, Keating does well. Feldman in front. In fact, it's Piatowski who threw it away. Cullen. He's handball to nobody in particular. Through the middle of the pack again, Bartolo. Johnny Cousins. Great play. Keating on the outboard. Goes to the outside of the right boot, if you don't mind, to Bolchevic. On centre wing, handball back inboard to Davey Bigham. Bit of space opening up now. Goes to the right foot. Kick lead on by Rivet. Just on the ground, the big man. Can't take the mark. Needs somebody in support. Belpost Hill wrap up Rivet.
Did well to second effort, Rivet. Wouldn't let the ball get away then and just threw himself at it.
And we'll have a ball up 40 metres out from the Corio goal.
They're certainly determined, Laurie, and that was signified by that bit of play.
Yes, certainly.
Ball up now, Rivet. Gets it down to the side of the pack, Belpost Hill with the numbers. Handball to Bartolo. Back to Handley. Handley to Simmons at centre half back. Handball to the umpire. He didn't want to take it with him, no. Amon Charles does. He gets in front of Hilton, who harasses him towards the boundary line, but Clifford in support. He can't pick it up either. Now he can handball it back to Cousins. He's playing with them. Handballs it back now. Now Cousins just stands there, looks for a lead. The lead's on from Barry O'Toole, who takes the mark again, and this time Barry won't miss the goal.
Ooh, big statement. We might hold him to that one, Laurie.
Well, he doesn't miss too many usually. That was a shocking kick before.
I don't know, he's missed two today.
So Barry O'Toole lining up from 35 metres out, directly in front. He'll kick right through it this time, don't worry about that. He might put it into Purnell Road. He comes in now, he's kicked two behinds this afternoon. That's better, Barry. Oh, he still missed it.
Again.
He will be going to see you during the week, Laurie. Three behinds, Barry O'Toole. And Corio go to 11-8-74. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 18.5 minutes played.
He's just laying back as
I was going to say, I'd like to know where his head was, Eric. It certainly wasn't over the football.
No, it was way back. His body was laying back.
Just a big. I think this is a big half for Chad Rivet. I mean, if he's going to play in the finals, he want to play well here today, I think, because I don't think they can afford three big bugs.
Well, the kick in has come from Rowe. The only player to go for the mark was Ricky O'Toole. He's chipped it over the top to Barry's.
It's a mark.
Well, that's amazing. I don't know how many attempts he had then to take the mark. Umpire Burbers did not pay it. And, he had the ball. He came to ground. He still had the ball. And the ball's now thrown up. Hunts forward there by King. Now there's a whistle on the play. Nobody knows where the ball's going.
He was paying for a shepherd against Davey Bigham
So
in the ruck contest.
Ewan Hanley has the free kick anyway in the back pocket for Belpastil. Runs on there, bounces the ball, goes right across the ground, kicks it wide, and well, Mark not taken there by Simmons. He comes back onto the footy. Good work there by Bolchevic. Handball to nobody though, and coming in there, Cockrell. Made a real good contest, Cockrell. He's done well for Corio. Got the ball back, but it's all Belpastil until Johnny Cousins emerges from the pack, hooks it back over his head. Oh, running with the flight of the footy there was Cullen, and got a bit of an ankle there too, but Hanley it was, took the mark. Only as far as Gundry. Over to Ricky O'Toole. Comes across the ground. Good work there by Ricky Bingham. Ran down the ground, made a loose man.
Oh, Barry.
Goes to
Barry won't want to kick it.
Barry's going to have a go at kicking it, and I tell you what, has missed it again. This time to the other side. So 4 behinds to Barry O'Toole, 3 in the last 4 minutes. They go to 11-9, 75. Corio, they lead Belpastil 5-5, 35. Raiders bingo scoreboard, 20.5 minutes in the second quarter.
Rowe kicks in. Oh, straight down the throat of Lee Clifford at 50, and he takes the mark. Plays on quickly, short little kick to John Cousins. Usually a pretty good kick, Johnny. Off a couple of steps from 45. He's missed. They're all coming to see you this week, I think. Laurie, one behind to him. So they quickly move to 11-10, 76. Corio, they lead Belpastil 5-5, 35.
So waiting for the football to be returned to Rowe of Belpastil. In fact, Ditchburn he's handed the ball to now, so he's going to be doing the kicking in. Perhaps Rowe's going to be a target as he heads to centre half back for the kick in. Travail leads from, it's a shocking kick. Magnificent work there by, well, Corio, just a great team effort there because a shocking kick in from the fullback over the head there of Travail. Barry O'Toole punched it forward, and Davey Bigham, I think, at the end of the day, kicked the goal. So he's kicked goal number 4 and the 12th for Corio. 12-10, 82. They lead Belpastil 5-5, 35. Raiders bingo scoreboard, almost 22 minutes now into the second quarter.
He might not be kicking the goals, Laurie, but he certainly does the team things, doesn't he, pretty well?
He's been doing the team things all day, Jason. Yeah, he's got a lot of skill, hasn't he? And yes, I guess when you've got Davey Bigham and Lee Clifford up there and Phil Boyle, I mean, he doesn't have to kick a bag of goals like he probably had to do last year. And
back in the middle, Walker and King. Walker gets it down to Johnny Cousins, handballed it at Ricky Bigham, handball over the top towards Brother Davey. Oh, great little tap on towards Tate. Sits for him as well. Tatey runs away. 55 out, left foot kick low. Rivet from behind in front. Taking the mark for Belpastil is Rowe. Goes wide towards Hancock. Wrapped up. Goes to Barry O'Toole. Towards Ricky O'Toole. Off a step, Bolchevic.
Oh, got to be
one
a free
high.
kick.
And we'll take a free kick against Ditchburn there. So Bolchevic, who has kicked 1 goal this afternoon, line up for goal number 2.
They've just got so much firepower up forward, Laurie. It's sort of what you were saying before, really. Once they get the ball into the forward line, the Belpastil defence seems to be non-existent.
No, not at all.
Oh, Bolchevic kicking the man on the mark there. Pushed away by Ditchburn. Clifford. Bolchevic followed it up. And it will be a ball up, and I don't think Ditchburn was too happy with the Corio boys there in the forward line, but it will be a ball up now. Umpire Ververs to throw it up about 35 metres out from the Corio goal.
Umpire Ververs, he's trying to clear about 20 players behind him to get a pass out.
So it'll be Walker and King. King big thump away. Lee Clifford read the play beautifully, close to the boundary line, back. Good disciplined play to the top of the 10 metre square. Rivet, second effort was good to Cockrell, had it and lost it. Handball to Cullen, can he turn around on that left? Yes he can, and he has
great mark.
Given a mark to Sean Simmons in the last line of defence for the Panthers.
So Simmons now with Bolchevic on the mark. Simmons now kicks across the ground, or Cousins almost made enough ground, but Hall was there in time and takes the mark. Now goes wide for Belpastil. 2 players out there. The mark goes to Hilton. Has Bartolo running past, but decides to go back and kick longer. In front, Dabrowski can't take the mark, comes off hands. Ball kicked off the ground. In good position there is Eamon Charles. can't pick it up, can't handle it. Finally does. Handball back over the top, but only as far there as Pietkowski, but coming in to help is Travail. Handball back to Bartolo. Over the top to long kick to full forward. Galpin drops another mark, comes back on the footy, tries to kick it off the ground, but had a fresh air shot. Keating picks it up. Handball back to, was it Gundry, right across the face of goal to Ricky Bingham. Handball to Ricky Lazarick. Lazarick wider to, well, there's Lee Clifford on half-back flank. He's made some space. Plays on quickly now. Kick over the top. Barry O'Toole edges Simmons forward, but behind him is Hanley. Handball to Simmons. Simmons ran into real problems there. So Ricky O'Toole, great tackle. And lack of talk, I'd suggest, from the Belpost Hill defence there, because handball to play in trouble. Silly. And Handley, I've got to suggest that's not the first time that's happened with him today, and that's poor discipline from the assistant coach. They need to do better than that, and not too sure whether he's coming off the ground as a result of that 50-metre penalty, and that's good discipline. If well, right in front of the coach's box, couldn't do it in the worst position, Laurie, could you? But it is poor discipline.
Yep.
So Ricky O'Toole now goes to the head of the goal square with the 50-metre penalty, and an opportunity now to kick his second. So it really is starting to rain goals in this second quarter for Corio. And Ricky O'Toole prepares now from 15 metres out, directly in front, moves in, and well, goal umpire's moving across, but I think it's pretty safe. If the last one was a goal, that one's through the middle. So second goal to Ricky O'Toole, and the 13th for the Corio side. 13-10-88. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 26.5 minutes gone.
Yes, I think the sting seems to have gone out of the game for Belpost Hill at the moment, Eric. The Corio boys are just lining up all over the ground now to get possession of the footy and try and share around and get a few goals on the board, and they probably missed some that they probably should have kicked as well. It could have been a big blowout.
This ploy last week worked very, very well, with Walker coming off midway through the quarter and Walton coming on. I thought did a good job in the ruck.
I thought Walton last week did a few good things. The one percenters was I liked about him. He pushed the ball out and chased it again.
Back in the middle, Charles trying to get a kick away. Hoare, his kick smother as well in there. Cockrell fighting hard for it. And John Bartolo's wrapped up. And the umpire will come in. Secondary bounce in the middle. Here is Shell Reserve. 13-10-88 Corio. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. So now goes up. King gets it away. Off hands. Pietkowski's there. Ricky O'Toole gets a kick away towards Hancock, running back with it. And had it and lost it again. Just under pressure. Corio running through. Cousins to Tate. 30 metres out and closing. Tatey on the left foot. Don't miss them. And Justin Tate's put his second goal on the board on the 14th. For Corio, they go to 14-10-94. They lead at Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. 28 minutes played.
Half-time AFL. Port Adelaide have got to the front 10-5. Leeds St Kilda 6-12.
Yeah, Mark Hancock, I think it was Mark Hancock, wasn't it? Just had a little bit of a fumble. Can't afford to do that when you've got guys like Cousins that hanging around the sides here. They're going to swoop on it, and when they did, they just went forward. And as soon as Corio go forward, it certainly opens up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. Hancock just a bit of pressure on him, and perhaps went without the footy initially. And
well, there's a learning curve there, Eric. You're supposed to watch the footy before you pick it up, and he didn't do that.
So umpire Beveridge puts it in the air in the middle once again. Walton, clear tap down for Corio. Ball goes wide, coming through as Travail. All he did was went back and gave some assistance, but good work Johnny Cousins in the pack there. Gets it back to the middle. Hoare picks it up for Belpost Hill. Kicks it back forward. Ricky Lazarick attacks the footy. Unfortunately, the bounce is not good for him. Keating overruns it. Selvak picks it up, comes back to Galpin. He's overrun it. And finally, Ricky Lazarick picks it up. Has the loose player in Ricky Bingham on half-back flank. And a lovely kick, lovely mark in front of the face there to Ricky Bingham. Looks for options, decides to go long. Over the centre. At the back there is King. Can't take the mark. Came off hands. Handball looking for Ricky O'Toole. Can't find him. King comes back. Tackle too high, said the umpire. So it is Lucas King on half-back flank for Belpost Hill as the recipient of the free kick decides to play on. Has a bounce. Kicks it across the middle of the ground in reasonable position there as Dyer in the centre circle almost. And Dyer takes the mark for Belpost Hill, looking for options on the left foot. chips it forward, shocking kick straight into the arms of Walton, and Walton takes the mark for Corio. Oh, it's not such a good kick, and it doesn't get his mark in Cullen coming through there again to kick to centre half forward Keating. Strong work, sees a lead out wide, hooks it around the body to is that Gundry? It is. Tries to tap it back to Lazarick. Lazarick picks it up. Handball to Ricky Bigham. Bigham, blind turn, too easy. Sees the lead on half forward. Oh, up high is Tate, can't take the mark. Hilton picks up the crumbs. Over to Hitchcock, back to Hilton, who's in real trouble. Coming for the footy, player grab without the footy. And finally is Dyer, who kicks the footy. Looked almost to be out of bounds on the full, but boundary umpire said no. And adjacent to our broadcast position on the centre wing, outer side at Shell Reserve, boundary umpire will put the football in once again. Big pack of players in front of us here. Walton pushes King into the footy, but Ricky O'Toole picks it up, eludes 2 or 3 players there on the left foot, goes to Dabrowski, who's in the centre circle, takes the mark and plays on quickly. Went to handball the ball, dodges around his opponent. Oh, there's Tate running loose into half forward, takes the mark around his the man on the mark on the left foot and goes bang from 25, and Justin Tate has kicked his third. All too easy for Corio on that occasion. 15-10-100. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Raiders bingo scoreboard 31 minutes now.
Well, there's the 100 up for before half time.
Yes, too easy.
But we see Kane Hayes coming on for Matthew Cullen, and we also see coming off Stuart Dyer, Ewan Hanley coming back on for Belpost Hill. So pretty close to siren time here, 31 minutes gone. Back in the middle, King and Walton. King gets it down to Troy Feldman. Runs through, gets a high tackle. Holding the ball, said the umpire, play on advantage. Ricky O'Toole from 55. Right foot kick, open goal square. Chad Ribbett will shepherd it through for a goal. So Ricky's third goal follows up Justin Tate's third goal. And the 16th for Corio. They go to 16-10-106 and they lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 32 minutes played.
This is certainly in danger territory now for Belpost Hill, Eric. I don't mean for I mean, they're certainly not going to win the game, but this could be a huge blowout, and they can't afford that to happen. I know their seasons, there's nothing for them to play for, but the way the Corio machine's moving at the moment, they could finish up with 30 goals a day, and I'm sure that Richie Corrigan wouldn't want that to happen.
So back in the middle, Walton and King once again. King gets it down, big thump away towards half forward. Moranovic comes off the flank, can't take it with him. Coming through the middle was Walton. Ricky O'Toole, Bartolo gets it in the end, handball to Troy Feldman, handball outboard towards Hilton, sits for him at half forward. He goes from 50, one out, Sveljak and Lazarick. Lazarick in front, and over the back of those two, Dabrowski will see it over the boundary line in the right forward pocket for the Panthers.
Has Ricky O'Toole got one in the middle? Keep an eye on him.
Down on his haunches at the moment. Ricky O'Toole in the hands of the trainers.
Seen to cop one in the midriff as going for the ball in the air. Might be winded perhaps.
Just winded, I think, Eric.
So boundary throw in. Walton. Barry O'Toole's there as well. Piatowski gets it down. Cockrell gets it on. Goes towards Feldman. Pretty close to the boundary line. Handball over his head towards Sean Faulkner. But getting it away in Cockrell. And there is the siren for half time. It's Corio 16-10-106. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. In that quarter they kicked 9 goals, 6 Corio, while Belpost Hill kicked 1 goal, 1. The goal kickers to half time for the Devils. 4 to Davey Bigham and 3 each to Ricky O'Toole and Justin Tate. 2 to Lee Clifford and singles to Matthew Cullen, John Bolchevic, Phil Boyle and Andrew Dabrowski. While for Belpost Hill, 2 to Tommy Sveljak and singles to Josh Backley, Adam Gelpin and Glenn Travale. But a great first half of football from the Corio side. 16-10-106. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35.